Says you're live. So, get my water over here. Okay, for those of y'all who don't know, you can go to Tommy TJ Lofton on YouTube, and I am live on YouTube right now for the first time in a long time since they changed their rules. They must have changed them back because I wasn't really working hard to get no 1,000. Slick Nella, what's going on, good buddy? Why you didn't come support the family, good brother? We was out there getting the wars, man. Yeah, I want to talk about the awards, man. That was a really cool event. I know we made history by going to. I'm talking about the West Coast 16th annual, no, the 16th annual West Coast Hip Hop Awards. So that's what I'm talking about. We just had it this Saturday, past Saturday in Adelanto, California at the Adelanto Stadium. So it was actually the hip hop 16th annual Hip West Coast Hip Hop Awards and car show. We had a few cars out there. It was actually it was hot. It was 100 degrees out there in Adelanto. So a lot of the lowriders was gonna come from LA. And I knew when they said the venue, let's start with that. I knew that when the brother told me about the venue, I knew a lot of lowriders wasn't going to want to ride out there. So we were going to have to focus on the ones who were already out there. A few of the homies drove out there, but they were saying that was a rough ride. They said that was a rough ride. You can always tell when you talking about something good, some BS gonna come over on the social media to piss you off. But I'm so over spammers, them social media gangsters, or I call them pranksters because they really ain't gangsters. You see them in person, they act like they don't know you, and they didn't say that. Quick to pick up the phone and call the police, you know. But I'm cool. I ain't the one. But I ain't the one. But yeah, the hip hop awards and car show was really cool. So a lot of lowriders and custom cars didn't come out because that it's always 100 degrees, not always, but it'd be 100 degrees. It was 100 degrees plus in Adelanto. So trying to ride up the freeway, going straight up the hill to Adelanto in 100 degrees, and then you think you want to cut your AC on, that don't always go well. That don't always go well. You know what I'm saying? Let's see here. You're done. Yeah. So yeah, it was hot getting up that hill. So being a car builder, we all know that you don't. It's not a good thing to drive cars, lowriders especially. You got you got 8 to 20 batteries in the trunk of a car. You got 13 by 7 inch tires, 14 by 7s on some cars. You got car weigh over 1,002 tons, and you're trying to push up the hill. You got a big engine in the car, and you're trying to push up the hill in the heat. in 100 degrees, and you burn it up hot because you got that nice motor in there, and now you want to cut the AC on. That ain't always the best thing. Always, shoot, when I be in my newer cars, I don't like doing that. You ain't supposed to go all the way to a long distance ride in 100 and some degree heat, blasting the AC while you going up a steep incline, going uphill consistently. That ain't cool. I cut the AC on going down the hill, but not never going up the hill because it's working. The car be working too hard. Hey, how's it going in friendly name? Oh, okay. Well, I do consultations, good buddy. I do consultations. So if y'all interested in a consultation where we can meet or talk or something, you know what I'm saying? People got a lot of questions for me, want to talk a lot about thoughts and things and ideas and business and stuff like that. You can go to my website and look up tjlofted.com. Or better yet, you can go to it's actually gentrification.com if you know how to spell it. You know what I'm saying? And then book a consultation or something like that and let me know. And then I can we could talk about it. But I don't necessarily just meet all the time like I used to. I'm in California. But yeah, so the West Coast 16th annual West Coast. Oh, okay. Sound like a plan. 16th annual West Coast Hip Hop Awards is was amazing, y'all. You know, I was humbled, I was honored to be called upon and said that I was going to be honored. You know what I'm saying? Not just me, but my guys. You know, four of the biggest car builders, lowrider clubs, you know, stuff like that. So we sat on a panel discussion, and it was a historical panel discussion because you ain't never seen four car builders and presidents, two presidents, and you know, sitting on the panel discussion at the same time. You know, four car builders, two presidents, sitting on the panel discussion all at the same time. Lowrider guys. You know, I'm so used to going to events and I look at the panel discussion and I be like, man, they got over when I look at the panel discussion, it'd be like doctor, whatever. And I'd be like, they got over $5 million in debt sitting on the panel. You know what I'm saying? So I know that ain't funny, but I be thinking like that, y'all. Because when I be in these meetings, I be thinking about these college kids, and I be walking around like 200,000, 300,000, 500,000. I just be adding up the money, y'all. I always do stuff like that because I'm a businessman. I'm always concerned about how much money we make and how much money this costs, how much money they make, and how much money they're gonna lose because of this. How much was that investment? What was your return on that investment? I'm always asking those type of questions. So when I see people that I know that they got a lot of money invested into this education, I always start adding up stuff. So when I thought about it, I said, man, this panel discussion got about $2, 3, 4 million worth of people in this on this panel got about $2 to $5 million worth of debt. You know what I'm saying? But yet they up there telling us that we want to be like them, and I'd be like, mm. So as we was looking at the panel discussion on Saturday, I was just sitting there thinking to myself, I was like, that cat is worth this much money. That cat is worth that much money. That cat got about $2 million worth of cars. That guy right here, you know, and I was just so I was adding up. I said, shit, that's probably about $10 million worth of guys, you know, cars and real estate and cash. And it just was a good thought in my mind, you know. So as we started talking about it, you know, I started kind of going in. I was like the moderator for the panel, started bringing out conversation for the brothers. Mr. Juneteenth Jamal says you It wants me to invite you to the panel. Was that you, Mr. Juneteenth Jamal, or was that just a uh let me see here. Nope. It says invite. It picked you out of all people to invite. That's new for me. Yeah, I'm trying to learn this social media. That's on TikTok. I got TikTok live going, I got Instagram live, and I got YouTube live going on right now. So as I was sitting there, I was just thinking about how successful these guys we all are, and what our accomplishments are. So I was like asking questions like, how many employees you got? How many people have you inspired to start businesses and stuff like that? I was thinking all this stuff, and these were the questions that was at hand. And just listening to these brothers talk, all of us talk, it was just profound. I appreciate that. It was just profound because that's nothing that we don't normally get to see that. We don't normally get to hear these kind of people talk. And it was funny because a couple of my partners really wasn't interested in doing the panel, but when I ask, even if they don't want to do it, they go kind of do it, but not want to do it, if that makes sense. But it's only because the right person asked. So it was like I was like, it was just important to have everybody on that panel that was there because it ain't never before been done. So for people to see the people that was sitting on that panel, it opened the door for other people to say, "Wow, we could do that too." It opened the door for other people to say, "Maybe we should invite lowrider guys out. Maybe we should invite the classic car guys out, the motorcycle builders and people like that." Now normally people don't want to invite us because we can intimidate people. They learned that through me a long time ago when I became the first uh, speaker that came out of that industry and started talking, and it just totally devastated the whole industry because of the stuff I was talking about. When you look at people who come out and start speaking, historically in our communities, people just be talking about, I went to this school and I graduated the number one of this school, and that's what everybody's accepted to. So they get their standing ovations and everybody gets excited because he went to this school, and there's no expectations from him because we everybody's happy because he went to that school. He graduated from that school. He's alumni of that school. So everybody's excited because he went to that school. Everybody's thinking in their mind he put in 4 or 5 years to get through that school. So that's a hell of an accomplishment. So he deserves to be sitting on this panel inspiring us to do whatever it is he wants us to do or they want us to do. But the reality is the bar is too low in our community. So that hip hop awards panel with the lowriders on that panel, it raised the bar. It raised the bar because we talked about generational wealth. We talked about not just we talked about it, we showed it. My buddy was there and he had his 19-year-old son with him, and he said his son works at the shop with him, and his son does everything. He knows everything he know. He can just go home and let his son run it, and that's called generational wealth. He passed down the generational wealth. Now his son has a nice motorcycle. His son has convertible lowriders and stuff like that, and it was just profound. That's true generational wealth. So again, when you're traveling around the country, when I'm traveling around the country doing panel discussions and going to all of these events and these meetings, and I hear people talking, I always got thoughts in my mind. I think about the bar being so low in our community that people could just come out and say something as simple as he graduated from that school, he has this type of degree. Now we all giving him the thumbs up and the so excitement for that person. But the reality is, it makes me think about what's going on with the elections in Kamala Harris or Kamala Imolai or whatever her last name is. it makes me think about her not promising us anything, because so many people are excited because she says she's a black woman, and because she went to a black school, so everybody's excited and they don't expect nothing else from her. They ain't asking her what is she. It's not really being asked of her. What's she gonna do for us? Why would we vote for her? And I think about that because I think about these panel discussions. They created the education institutions have created that system to where we don't expect much from people as long as they graduated from a HBCU. As long as they say they went to this particular school, everybody's excited. We all supposed to be excited because that's such a major accomplishment. But for me, it's not. For me, it's not. It's not an accomplishment. And then I think about celebrities. People get excited about celebrities because they got this. Oh, he did all these movies and he made about $50 million. It's like, but then all the rumors that's coming out in the news. That I ain't here to bash anybody. I'm just here to talk about what's been going on, what's happening in our community, and how I see the world. I'm just sharing my opinion on how I see the world, no matter who it offends. You may be thinking of taking my class. I may say something to offend you, but if your feelings is that sensitive that me telling you the truth offends you, because you never heard, people in your community don't tell the truth. They just don't say anything about it. They keep it quiet. Then maybe I'm not the person you want to be on my page, because I'm going to keep it real with you. I'm going to keep it all the way 1000 and tell you exactly what's going on, tell you how I feel about it. Where so many people in this community get paid not to do that, get threatened that they better not do that, you know. But because I'm a car builder, this is why they don't promote car builders. This is why they don't promote people with the trades, because they can't control people who got a trade, who can pack up their bag and go anywhere, who can pack up their bag and say, I'm going to start my own business. I'm going to bid against you on that contract next year. You know what I mean? So when I think about celebrities and all the money they got, I think about what they had to do to get it. And it was way more than acting. Y'all been seeing what's going on in the news of how crazy stuff is. So it's like I don't have too much respect for people who had to sell their soul out just to get some money. And then I think about the people who get excited about the people who sold they sold out and now they got all this money. Y'all people get excited because they're here. And I was thinking, like, what about the morals? Don't I got too many morals in my life to where I can't do certain things. Like, nah, I couldn't do that. I passed up a lot of money in my life. But anyway, getting back to the event, that was a very historical show because you have four car and bike builders on the panel. Never before seen that. You ain't never seen that. It ain't never before happened to have that many guys on the stage at the same time talking about they careers and what they've done, they've accomplished, or our accomplishments. And it was just profound. People got so many amazing stories. We deal with all types of people from all around the world. We shipping lowriders globally. We build celebrity cars if that impresses you. You know, I personally work with all types of schools. I help a lot of schools, you know what I'm saying? And students. Like matter of fact, one of my online students was at the event the other day, and I instantly made him my videographer, photographer. And that was like he learned how to use the camera. He got to meet everybody. His mom was excited. His granddad was excited about it, and I was excited. All my guys was excited. Because they saw me being true to what I always talk about. It's like that was not my son, but he's busy. We got him going at it. Everybody need to talk to him. Everybody need to give. We working with him. He's with us. He's our photographer. So he take all the pictures, and it was just profound, y'all. I mean, I was just excited, but for the first time, people got to meet people who ain't a part of the good old boys, who ain't a part of the system, who ain't got to bend over to get some money, who ain't got to kiss ass to make some money, who can tell you how we feel and decide that. And we, uh-oh. Man, what did it do with my, how you just gonna take out YouTube like that? YouTube, where you go? Sorry about that, YouTube. That phone call just knocked y'all out the box. I said, we ain't gonna, we might have to fix that. When you're dealing with new technology, you got to deal with certain things that you got to deal with the unexpected. But yeah, I was so excited, and I looked up, and I was just looking at all these rappers and all of these influencers and these models and all these different people. And it was just an honor to be honored by the people that, interestingly enough, that we helped to make famous, you know. People love the music, but they also love the cars and what they did. So that was pretty interesting. But I was just excited about the camaraderie, the appreciation, the owner of the West Coast. My shout out to Octavius, matter of fact. You know, um, I was just humbled. I was humbled that that brother. Let me see if we can get him on here. Matter of fact, Octavius, where he at? Where he at? I was just humbled. Uh oh. Uh oh. Excuse me, y'all. Let me see something here. What is this page? Official. There you go. Yeah, I was just humbled when asked to be a part of it. You know what I'm saying? Again, I was humbled. The brother reached out and said, them brothers doing great work in the community and had us come out. We had a great conversation last night, and he said, man, this should be talking, this should be the panel, stuff like that. Because we was assessing the conversation about how historical that event was and how people ain't never seen panel discussions like that before. They ain't used to seeing us on the panel discussion, because there were certain vehicles put in place to make sure people like me and my guys don't do panel discussions, don't get in front of the people because people are very judgmental and overcritical. Oh, he's a felon. Oh, he been in jail before. Oh, blah blah blah. You know, now all of a sudden we can't listen to the value that comes out of that person's mouth. We can't let him drop the knowledge from his experiences of wealth building because he's been to jail before, because he has a felony or something like that. I've lived it all my life, y'all. I've seen it. I've seen it. This one girl told me, this attorney, she said if I ever spoke at her school and got paid for it, she said she would make sure she go out of her way to get that money back. Forget the knowledge that TJ is the foremost expert. Oh, I got a deep one for you. Forget the knowledge that TJ is the foremost expert in America from an African American perspective on gentrification, that I know about what's going on with gentrification. I done been to over 26 states. I done bought houses in other states and land in states and projects. I didn't lost projects. I didn't make one, came up on projects, wasn't expecting to get. Lost projects, wasn't expecting to lose. Things go bad. It's part of life. You ain't hearing me complain about it. It ain't hurting me. It ain't really hurting me none. So kind of frustrated about some of this stuff, but hey, I'm still here. But I'm more excited to be able to sit back and tell y'all what I've done. But for me to be able to have so much knowledge and so much experience, and then a sister who just found out that I have a felony. Y'all heard what I said? I have a felony. So she wants take all the money back that I made. She wanted to make sure I give all that money back because they don't want to be listening to no felon. Forget all of my knowledge. Forget all of the wealth I've created. Forget the fact of my accomplishments. You know what I'm saying? You know, she wants to make sure that she gets that money back because they should not be listening to no fella. I was like, wow, the mindset, you know. So now here comes, but yet, oh, years later, years later, now I've made it. I done spoken all these schools around the country, and everybody's saying, yeah, you need to talk to TJ. He's that real estate guy. Why does sister text me? No, why does sister call me on FaceTime? Says she got some questions, real estate questions for me. She needed my help. I'm like, you need the felon's help? And I said that shit to her, and she got mad. See how see how destroying the bridge can mess you up before you realize it. See how you can burn down the bridge before you even realize it that you've done it. You see what I'm saying? You come in saying stupid stuff, being hateful, and not realizing who you're talking to. And then you realize you needed that person's help. The person was really cool, but because you put your foot in your mouth and said something negative, now he will not, he doesn't want to help you. I don't want to help that person, you know. Coach Stephanie in the building, y'all on IG, you know. I'm on matter of fact, I'm on IG, I'm on TikTok, and I'm on YouTube live for the first time in about 4 or 5 years, maybe. Y'all interested in jumping on YouTube or something? Somebody say hi if y'all on YouTube, matter of fact, because I'm sitting there looking at it. And I appreciate YouTube for having a countdown telling me how long I've been on here. Now I know that I can shut it down when it comes a certain amount of time. But yeah, we had a great time. You know, don't burn no bridges, family. Don't burn no bridges. You know what I'm saying? Be careful who you talking to because we in a time that a whole lot of stuff is changing and it's changing fast. You know, this election is serious. This election is serious, y'all. They done bought in all these the immigrants, and the immigrants is here to replace the African Americans. And the college people don't know that yet. The college people seem to think they're gonna be okay. I'm here to tell you that you're not. The way the world is going, where you these traditional jobs at the post office, these traditional jobs at the courthouse, at the prison, and all of that stuff, where you guys have been comfortable all these years and making money, working for other people that don't look like you. All that stuff is changing. I told y'all a long time ago, they setting y'all up to let y'all go. They setting y'all up to let y'all go. They passing all these laws, undoing all these laws, so that they can just walk into the office space and say all the African Americans, the blacks, the Negroes, the woke people, whatever you call yourself, all y'all fired, and there ain't gonna be nothing you can do about it. So I'm out here doing coaching and training by the day, telling people, hey, this is what you need to know. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I appreciated when the Hip Hop Awards, invited us out to speak. That was very important because we had discussions about this. People need to know what's really going on. People need to know what's really going on. So be careful what you say to people that you think got less than you. I'm gonna say it again. Be careful what you say to people that you think or believe has less than you. You think that because a person ain't got a doctorate, ain't got a master's degree, that they ain't got nothing to offer. You know what I'm saying? You may think a guy who can't really read don't have nothing to offer, can't teach you anything. But when the way the system flips with this system, we got this situation going on with the BRICS. All these China then left, and they taking all these countries with them. They didn't partnered up with Russia. You know what I'm saying? They telling you these countries is bad. Well, America does a lot of business with them bad countries, whether you know it or not. And now they breaking up. And because they breaking up, the other people them countries is pulling their money out of America, and that's going to affect you, whether you know it or not. That's why white people is collaborating to get these jobs because they know AI coming in kicking people's butt. They know people ain't gonna make the money how they used to. So they trying to phase out the African Americans. So because they trying to phase out the African Americans, they're firing a lot of people. They're saying no Black history in the schools because they're getting rid of all the people. What they getting rid of the Black history because they don't have no intentions on having Black people in the schools. Period. In the next 5 years, believe that. So they just eliminating everything ahead of time, passing these laws to get rid of all this stuff so that they can go and get rid of y'all. They don't want you working for them. They don't want you there. They don't want you progressing. All you're gonna have left is entrepreneurship. And when you turn around and start producing, going with entrepreneurship, you're gonna realize the people that you grew up with, no, the people that you went to school with, they have zero value. You're not gonna be out here living in this world talking about I got my doctorate. People gonna be like, "Do you know how to grow? Are you growing food? Do you know how to work on a car? What can I trade you? Dollar ain't worth nothing no more. What can I trade? What you got to trade? What kind of service do you got that you can trade me? You got your master's degree. What can we do with that? What can we do with that? Can you come over here and hang some windows in this house? Can you come over here and put an HVAC system in this house? Can you help me fix my engine on my car? Can you help me fix my anything like that? Fix my garden? You know what I'm saying? Something's wrong with my tomato tree, and it's not growing the way it used to. What can I do? You don't know? Well, you have no value for me. You have no value. I don't need to be talking to you. Why am I wasting time talking to you? You just have that thing. Oh, you come from higher education. That ain't no higher education because you can't tell us how to survive. You can't sustain. You don't know anything on how to sustain yourself. So that's gonna be a problem. You know, some people do. Some people say my grandma had a garden when I was growing up, so I know a little bit about that. Those are going to be the people that's the most valuable people. People who know, unless you're coming from school, say I was a scientist, and then you can tell us don't drink that water because see the yellow in it, that's sulfide poison or something. We'd be like, whoa, don't drink that at all. We need scientists. So if you got the scientist degree, you are highly sought after in this economy. Right now, they poisoning everything. I need somebody that can check the air, check the food, check the water. You know, it's just interesting, y'all. So you got to pay attention to that. So that's why the car builders and motorcycle car and bike builders are so valuable because we can teach you, we can make sure your car stay running. If the whole world fails and the gas tank don't work no more, we're gonna be the ones that's gonna go in there and figure out how to pump that gas into your car anyway, even though it's not your credit card ain't working no more. You see what I'm saying? We're gonna be the one to figure all that out. I already got a general idea on what to do. All I need to do is see it, and I'll know exactly what to do. They turning people's electricity off, talking about an EMP post hit. America keeps telling you, oh, China gonna hit us with an EMP. Oh, Russia gonna hit us with an EMP. Oh, Iran gonna hit us with an EMP. It's like every enemy we got gonna hit us with an EMP. Why? Every time America gets mad at somebody, they're gonna hit us with an EMP. So let's just think about that for a minute. If they hit us, if they do that, do you know how to turn it on? Turn electricity back on? Fix your car after they done blew out your computer or blew out your solenoids, your batteries? You know what I'm saying? They telling you they gonna do it. They telling you they gonna do that kind of stuff. You know, do you know what to do when you can't pull up in the drive-through at McDonald's? When you can't go to an all-you-can-eat? When you can't go to Roof Chris, the high-end restaurant? When you can't go there no more, and you got to eat, cook your own food, prepare your own food, go hunt your own food? Do you know how to do all that? Do you know someone who do? Oh, that's probably the people you've been laughing at all these years, saying that they like to play around in the dirt. They like to play around in the oil, working on cars. So West Coast Hip Hop Awards, we sat there and we talked. I talked to a lot of people, y'all. It was profound, y'all. It was just profound. People never seen that day coming that they was gonna honor us. We had a car panel discussion and it was like we had a lot to say. We stop gang violence. We all work together to stop gang violence. We all work together to build a school, build schools. We finance places, schools. We put people through college. We put help people start businesses. We did all this stuff in our community, and it's like people looking like, what? My buddy said, oh, his children work for him. All of them working together. And it's like, wow. That's just something you don't hear every day. Y'all got any questions for me? I'm sitting here just talking, 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 talking. YouTube, let me know you're there. Just give me a what's up. TikTok, can a brother get some likes? Can I go home with 1,000 likes today? TikTok, can I get some hearts? Can I get some love? So what am I trying to say to y'all? We got to reevaluate what you're doing. And a lot of y'all got power enough to put panel discussions together, to have meetings, and a lot of people on here run school boards, school districts, and all type of stuff. Got events and things like that. Y'all give panel discussions. Y'all have keynote speeches. Y'all bring out speakers to come talk. You know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. Y'all got to start bringing in the people who got the skills and know how to do stuff, because we got a whole different perception. I saw them likes on YouTube. I appreciate that. Them hearts on YouTube. Who that on YouTube? I don't see no voice. Let me see. Is it me? Oh. Uh-oh. Why I had to go do that? We ain't doing that no more. Anybody got any questions, any thoughts, any ideas for me? So YouTube, I'm gonna start going live more. TikTok, Instagram. I'm gonna start trying to go live more. I'm gonna try to build the YouTube back up. I'm sitting still long enough to do that, I guess. So I'm working on some stuff. So I appreciate y'all taking the time out to sit down and listen to me. Y'all got any questions for me? Let me know. I appreciate the good comments, the appreciation. You can go to my website if y'all want to follow me on my website, get my emails. You should be able to go to my website and sign up on my email list on my website and at gentrification.com. Or tjlofton.com. Same thing, all that's the same website. Foremost expert in the country on gentrification and real estate. We got a lot to talk about, y'all. And also expert on the automotive industry, from everything from lowriders to flying cars. I talk about all that stuff. First one to talk about flying cars. First one to talk about lowriders. All right, family, I'm about to tune up out of here. I got some things to do. I appreciate y'all taking the time out to listen up to you, brother. King Tao, appreciate that. I see you on there. All right, how do I end this? There you go. Appreciate y'all.